Alright, what's going on, guys? Just gonna get this video out as quick as I can because I've noticed on YouTube there's no video covering this. But if you go to the rcgroups.com and you look the Stryker F-27Q up and follow the threads, there are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of comments and pictures and everything considering about this problem. And this is a huge problem. I've even contacted Horizon over it already, and it hasn't happened to me. So before I take even another I've got this thing back apart again just to do this fix. Now the problem here, guys, is that the control horns. Okay, this whole situation here is completely wrong, and I mean just manufactured horribly. You'll notice here that on the control horn that it's a decent control horn. It'll do the job, but the problem is, after a few pictures I've seen also of these things ripped off, they simply glued them on with a white or clear glue, and I'm not even sure what kind it is, just into a small cutout onto the elevon. Now the problem here is, guys, is on the bottom you'll notice no backplate. There's no backplate to this control horn, and the glue that they use is cheap and crappy glue. You know, it needs some work, and I have seen on RC groups, like I said, go look it up, guys. There are tons of pictures and videos of these things just destroyed because these little horns here just pop clean off during flight and lose control. I've contacted Horizon about it. They won't do anything about it if it does happen. They don't even consider it to be a problem. And even though I know of at least 4 or 5 other guys that have called in and complained about this problem, amazingly yesterday I was the first person that's ever called in and asked them about it, even though there's a whole group dedicated to it with, like I said, hundreds or thousands of posts on it. Okay, so here's what the problem is, guys. These things are popping loose during flight because of a very poor design. Now you notice, like I said, no backplate. However, if you look at the rudder has a control horn on there and a backplate on there. You know, why they would do it on the rudder and not on the elevon is beyond me, because there is an extreme amount of force that goes over these at high speed, and they put the weakest link on here. I don't know, maybe another way for Horizon to make money. Seems to be a lot of those. But what's going on, guys, is, and these, like I said, there's pictures and videos all over RC groups, but for some reason those guys don't convey over to YouTube very often at all. I searched YouTube and there's not a single video mentioning this problem or the fix for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get one out there quick. Mine's already even popping up here on the side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and there's a couple options. There's a quick, easy option. That would be to drill 4 holes through the existing horn here, cutting a small piece of plywood or plastic, something strong that you know is not going to crack out on you, going through the bottom here, popping your holes through, you getting some screws and simply screwing them through onto the bottom of the wing and giving yourself a homemade backplate. Okay, now that will solve the issue as well. I'm not going to go that route. I'm one of those guys who, you know, why lose a couple $100 worth of a plane over a $1 part? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install some nylon T-style connectors. $1, guys. $1 can save your plane on this. Now these are the extended ones, so I can keep high throws. They have 2 openings on a back plate, so I will have my back plate on there to run my screws through and set that up, and it'll be no different. I'll go ahead and paint these with a little black acrylic. It'll look no different. So I'm probably gonna put these on. This was my first option. Now the second problem they're having, and I've seen a video of this one which was really crazy, is on the control horn here, the actual little rod that goes through, the little cheap plastic rod there, has actually been breaking out. Not coming out, but breaking out, again, losing complete control of that surface. And you know, this is a big deal, guys. Like I said, jump on that forum and read around, search this up. This is huge. Tons of planes are getting lost because of this, and so I would replace that as well. Now the problem is they keep their control rods at a exact size here that most of the over-the-counter stuff you can buy at your hobby stores are not going to fit. So what I did, spent another $1. I went out and I got me some good old nylon quick links. These are a lot thicker, a lot stronger, and trust me, when I have these on, I fly these on my nitros. When I have these on, I'm not going to worry about that center pin popping out or breaking at all. So I wanted to get this out there, but hopefully I can save one person from losing a plane because of this problem. And you know, there's guys out there who have got 50 or 60 flights on its stock and have not had an issue at all. And there's guys out there who've had 3 and it's completely destroyed because of this. It's kind of one of those problems. It's not if it's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen. Okay, everybody flies these things different. So if you're an aggressive flyer, you know, keep an eye on them. There's one guy that I talk with on the groups who, you know, he heard about this problem, but you know, he thought his was holding up fine, and he's got it on video. Before the flight, he went and he pulled and tugged and twisted on every one of the control horns here, and they were as strong as can be. 2 minutes into the flight, well, all that's left of his Stryker is pretty much from here back. It's completely totaled. And you know, that was him checking it right before he took it up. So you know, I'm not going to take a chance on that, not over such an easy fix, and not after reading hundreds of people having this problem. So that was my fix here, guys. Is going to be either a plywood piece underneath, okay, replacing the whole control horn. Now what I'm going to do, you guys know me, if there's a problem like this, I'm going to fix it 100%, and I'm going to make it a lot better than factory. Now, like I said, it's going to be hard to get probably those nylons to stick on there, to thread on there. And I'm not going to take any chance by gluing it or something stupid like that. So what I did, I picked these bad boys up. Okay, these are 256 12-inch rods. Okay, threaded on one end, and they actually already have a Dubrow hook on there. I just grabbed the other pack of Dubrows just in case I didn't go this route, but I am going to go this route. They already have them on there. They're threaded, good to go, nice and long, so I'll be able to cut them to the exact size that I need, simply using your Z-bend pliers, or needle nose if you don't have them. These things are great though. They put a professional style Z-bend in them. And I'm gonna run a whole new setup here, the rod all the way connected to my servo with a back plate. I'd rather crash this because of my fault than something that the manufacturer just looked over. So yeah, guys, double check yours, see how yours are holding up, and do anything you can to get underneath here and get you a back plate on here. Even if you want to use this stock, get you a back plate on here and give yourself that extra support, because eventually these are going to get loose. Now, as far as, you know, the connector here, that's your discretion. I mean, you guys can pop these off and feel them and feel how weak they are. I would recommend changing that out just as much as I would recommend doing the fix for this. I may do the 4-hole drill here and just do a plywood back plate at first, see how that holds up. But I have a feeling eventually I am going to go with the full replacement of the horns. And the rudders, you don't have to worry about it for some reason, because for some reason on the rudders they decided to put a back plate on. Now, why they would do that on the rudders and not on the ailerons, I have no clue. I have no clue whatsoever, but they didn't do it. And they glued these on top of a painted, if you were to pull these up right now, you would see red paint all the way underneath here. They glued them onto a painted surface, which is the biggest no-no in the world in foamies, but yeah, the manufacturer did it. So just to give you guys a heads up, you really need to look into these. I recommend everybody go to RC groups and read about these, check out the pictures and see the problems I'm talking about, and do something to fix this from popping off, because if this pops off and you crash, there's nothing Horizon will do about it. There's lots of conversations that people have had with Horizon after this has happened to their Stryker online, and it's a waste of air to even call them. So look into that, do something, guys. Like I said, a complete replacement here. I would highly recommend replacing the connectors as well with quick links. I mean, I'm going to, without a doubt, I would replace those cheapies, because like I said, they've also had problems with the actual plastic connector going through here, not coming out, but literally breaking and losing complete control of that surface. So this for me is a must. This, I'm going to decide between doing this or doing a plywood back plate, and the best thing I can do is going to be the whole new rods. Which is probably what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna get the fix done today and get her out flying, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, if you guys have had this problem, any of you guys have had this problem, leave me a comment, a link to a video, anything, because I've looked all over YouTube and haven't found one person talking about this, and it's a huge deal. There's, like I said, hundreds or thousands of people are talking about this and are having problems with this online. So hit me up. Hopefully this helps one person, saves one plane, and hit me up if you've had this problem or crashed because of this problem, and I'm going to keep an eye on the threads and make sure that these are the only things popping up on this Stryker. So I hope this helps somebody out, and let me know. Talk to you guys later.